Hello friends, my name is John. I wanted to show you my cherry trees. I actually don't know what they are, like half my trees. They are some kind of a sour cherry, but it's very large. It could be just the regular, they're not, definitely not sweet, but I think they're sour cherries. I was gifted the little seedlings and I planted them. I'm not sure what they are, but they look like they're full cherry trees. I've been pruning them down to keep them under 10 feet, like 8-10 feet, and I'm getting a lot of good response from the tree. They're flowering like crazy right there. Yeah, these trees are totally in their full bloom. They're just covered in flowers. Completely loaded. There's one variety of cherry. There's another variety. Just completely covered. Here's another variety. The flowers everywhere. I keep them as short as possible. This tree's like 7 feet tall. I think they're like 12 or 14 years old. Here's another tree. They're pretty much kind of almost done with their flowering because the flowers are starting to lose their petals. This one still has yet to finish flowering. It's kind of like going in cycles. Still has a bunch of unopened flowers. Yeah, these plum trees most definitely are blooming big time. And then I have one more. These are my apple trees. My giant apple. My giant unknown apple. It's another one. And this is another sour cherry. It's also gifted this one maybe 6 years ago, I think. But it's doing really good. I try to prune it in like a vase shape, keeping the tree as short as possible. I don't want to be using any ladders, so I grow everything really compact over here. My plum tree is already done blooming for the most part. And here's my apricot tree that someone climbed on and broke this huge branch out, and then the woodpecker went through and took out a whole bunch of bark. So now my tree is trying to regrow, and the top is pretty much dead now. So I'm going to cut it off at the new growth and let it grow a new tree. But this was my apricot. So the apple tree, another apple tree, some figs, blueberries, another apple tree. Yeah, they're all very low. This one's like 6 foot, I think the highest. It's doing really good. This is another apricot. I actually had to top this one as well. So when I got it, it originally was too tall, and all the branches were on the very top. So I topped this tree and let it grow into this somewhat of a vase. I still got to do more pruning on it. So I just took out a lot of branches out of there. Just first I let it grow, kind of get it all recovered from being. I just completely almost topped it off, and it grew a nice crown. Here's my plum tree, which is around, I think about right under 10 feet. It's doing really good. There's a lot of great plums. These are my brand new, well, let's say the brand new into flowering plum trees. These I planted from another plum variety that came out of the suckers. A bunch of shoots came out of the ground, and they were planted from those suckers. And this is their, I believe, probably 4th year here. I've been pruning on them to give them a nice shape. Been pruning on these to give them a nice shape. I got 3 of these trees. This is their first flowering this year, so hopefully get to taste, see what they are. It's my other plum tree. It's only, I think the highest is 4 feet and about 10 feet in diameter. This is another, I think this is the Golden Delicious apple. Didn't put on too much flower this year. Last year it was loaded. They kind of biannual, so every other year they put on a ton of fruit. This year, not too much. Got grapes growing in the back. Fence there. It's another plum tree that I transplanted when it was pretty large in August. Had to build the driveway and it was growing right in the middle, so it survived. It's also missing a bunch of branches because I had to do really heavy pruning on it to make it survive. But it has ginormous plums. This is a Asian pear. This is another Asian pear. Another Asian pear. These already bloomed, so it's good. This one is my giant apple tree, or giant apple tree. Got bees everywhere pollinating, which is good. It smells so good. This is a berry bush tree. So somewhat. It's called irga. Comes out of Siberia. Really good. This is a pear tree. And that's a pear tree. So, and that is black currant. This is all black currant. It's very healthy, doing really good. These are my kiwis. They're doing really good. Got hit with the frost a little bit since they bud very early, but they recovered. They're doing really good. And blueberries are doing really good, going into bloom. My raspberries are also doing good. Starting to get a lot of growth. This is my new way of trying to grow. Grow raspberries inside these clay chimney stacks. And it looks like they're starting to really grow this year. So not bad. Oh, and I got some figs out here that actually got a lot of frostbite, and then the rabbits eating at the bark. These are my grapes here. I cut them all down this year, before this year. They're starting to put on the new growth for this year. I'm going to be regrafting all of these to new varieties. And then this is another giant apple tree. And then my greenhouse. And then miscellaneous flowers. Asparagus. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to show you the blackberries. So I'll show you the blackberries really quick. So here's how I trellis my blackberries. These are the really stiff ones. There's different ways of trellising these. This is how I trellis mine, in these little loops. I mean, you can do them and just kind of, set them all up either this way and then like that, and just put a bunch of them up like that, or at an angle, just so they're all reachable height. Or you can just cut them up to the top wire and have them grow that way. But like this. I like it because you get all this growth from the entire length of the shoot, the cane, and then it produces a lot of berries that way. Very productive. This is a thornless blackberry. Really awesome. So this is my compact garden. Pears, apples, berries, plums, and cherries. You name it. I'm trying to grow it. So yeah, I grow things to learn. Just as I say, grow to learn. Without growing things, you won't learn, because you need experience and observation to see how things are doing. Every climate is different, every area is different, soil is different, so there are a lot of variables. My name is John, and I'll see you on the next video. So like, subscribe if you like my content, comment if you want me to do any videos on any other things, any other plants. Let me know. My name is John. Take care.